So if you put your money down and this person pays you back, you're getting packs 3 to 6 times more than what you gave them just to loan them money to bail them out of a bad spot. But a lot of people who are in debt will borrow money from somebody else because they're in debt, try to float their negative situation just a little bit longer, and then shortly after that, they just let everything go to waste, including the person they borrowed money from. And that's when the person that loaned the money ends up being out of money. Investments are a risk. But that's why when I said if you're investing, and when you jumped in, you were talking about a broker only does 1%. I was talking about with the tax liens, because tax liens sometimes, depending on the state, could be somewhere around 18% through the government. But if you go to the property owner and you offer to give them the value of however much taxes that their property is going to own, maybe an extra year or so, you get it into a contract, you're loaning them money, and then they're going to pay the IRS back, and they're going to be good. Then they owe you money for a cash loan, which is a little bit different than you waiting on the U.S. government to take action on somebody's foreclosure. You can still put the lien on the property and all this other stuff, but now you can negotiate, say, hey, I'll give you X number of dollars. I'll solve your problem, but you got to give me a certain quantity of money interest. So if somebody has a majority share over your business, you could get messed over, and then you will be mad because your multi-million-dollar idea, they might offer you a couple $1,000,000 on, knowing that they're going to get $20 million on the back end after they handed you $2 million and told you to kick rocks. And in today's society, where the standard of living for a reasonable family is starting to get closer to $100,000 a year, a couple $1,000,000 might last you 20 years if you don't pay taxes on it. But if you pay taxes on it, they're going to take half the money. You're only going to have $1 million left, and that million is only going to last you for 10 years if you don't invest it. And you still got 30, 40, 50 years of life left. So now you got to go find you another job. You got to find something else to do. You got to create you another invention. You got to get you another patent. So you really do not want to invest in something that is not going to benefit you in the long term. So you got to look at, that's again, just like LB said, you got to look at those contracts. You got to look at the tolerance level of your risk assessment, because if in the event that they're offering you a dreamboat worth of money for this particular thing that you're trying to do, that's somewhere in the very, very small fine print. So you want to read this thing with a magnifying glass, that the very, very, very small fine print might say that you are surrendering your authority over your project, over your company, over your invention. And now you go from being the owner of it to being an employee of it. And then they fire you and you lose everything you got. So LB says, beware, watch for the snake oil salesman in the venture capitalist area. I watch for friends lose over 100,000 in a weekend.